everyone, today I thought I'd share my homemade muesli recipe with you, as some call it in America, granola bar. The reason I started making mine is because I found a lot of the ones in the store to be a bit too sweet, or if they weren't too sweet, they were very costly for the quantity that you got. And so I decided to make my own muesli at home. That way I could change it the way I wanted to and add and control how much sugar and what kinds of oils and everything that went in it. So today I'm going to be sharing that with you, and I hope you make something different out of it for you and make it that fits your family. So we'll get started now. Okay, so here are a list of ingredients that you'll need to make your muesli. Don't panic if you have allergies or you can't find some of the ingredients. There'll be substitutes on my blog. Great, so to start, put 3 cups of oats in the bowl. I know the recipe calls for 4, but I like to keep the last cup for later on once I've put the wet ingredients. Next, almonds, great high in calcium and protein. I also do cashew nuts, which are great for protein as well. Pepita seeds, which are also pumpkin seeds, are high in zinc, magnesium. We've got cranberries, antioxidants, and don't forget your linseeds, because I mean you're talking mucilage, but you've also got omega oils as well. Now you're going to put your wet ingredients. I always put my oil first, put 3 tablespoons first, and it's just for a little trick that I learned where the oil is going to coat the spoon before you put any of your sticky ingredients on. Your molasses. Blackstrap molasses going second will slip off the spoon. It is fantastic. So you're only putting your 2 tablespoons in. Once you've done that, you're going to go back and put the remainder of your olive oil. So the next 3 tablespoons before you do your next sticky ingredient, which would be your maple syrup. I've chosen grade B because it does have more of a maple taste rather than the grade A, but it's up to you if you want to use an alternative or agave or something else. Now we've got everything together, we're going to mix. Take your time with this, don't rush, don't panic if it looks very wet. You're going to just make sure you mix thoroughly because you'll have dry oats at the bottom. You want to try and get your linseed mixed all the way through and sticking to as much of the nuts as you can, so that every time you have a bite you get some bits of everything. So take your time, mix it through. It's going to look really wet to you, that's fine, that's not what it's going to come out like. Remember, I'm going to have you toast this. So mix, and now our last cup of oats. This is for other people who feel as though their blend is a little bit too wet. I like to add the 4th cup. It just allows you to have more of a crispiness and dry cereal at the end. So mix your last one through, and that should stick to everything else. And then we go on to the next step, which is heading straight for your freezer, not your fridge, your freezer. This will just give you a quicker amount of time to cool the wet ingredients down and have them harden before you toast it. So 5 to 7 minutes max, and then whilst it's in there, set your temperature for your oven. Once you do that, you're going to put all your oats on a tray. Do not boil the tray. Just put it on, no baking paper under, because you want it direct contact with the metal. The heat will cook it from underneath as well as on top. Straight into your oven. I always put it on the top shelf because I just find it toasts a lot faster, and you don't want to be in the kitchen all day. So set your timer on 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes, pull it out. You're going to take it up and you're going to take a fork and you're going to fluff. So we're just going to take it out of the oven, take your fork and you're going to fluff it, fluff it, fluff it, fluff it, fluff it, but you're also trying to get anything that's under there that is sticking, so that will be sort of the cranberries or the linseed. So once you've done that, back into the oven again for a second round. It's going to go in there for 3 minutes, back on the top shelf, and set for 3 minutes, and out again, and you're going to fluff again once more. Now, you're now going to turn off your oven. We are going to put it in once more, but make sure you turn off your oven and do your fluff, and then put it right back as it was on the top shelf once more. Set your timer for 3 minutes and leave it in there. So it's basically going to cook with the heat that is already in there. So you've actually already tasted it twice already. The heat from the bottom of the pan and the heat from the top of the pan, from the elements on top, are just going to cook it nicely. So once your 3 minutes is up, take it out of the oven, and you've reached the final bit. Your muesli's ready, and now you just need to leave it to cool. Okay, so now you've finished your muesli. It's going to sit down and cool for a little bit. You might want to leave it for anywhere up to 30 minutes, but I always like to leave it till it's nice and cold because it leaves it more crispy and you won't get moisture in your container. Once you're done and it's ready, you're going to put it in a glass or a BPA-free plastic container. Make sure it's airtight, and then you can eat when you're ready. So I'm going to let it cool. I'm going to go and have a little bit of fun with my little one, and when it's ready we'll be back to fill it up. Okay, so now it's been about 30 minutes. The muesli granola is cool, and now I'm going to fill it in here. There you have it, granola ready to eat. Enjoy!